Okay, we're hitting up our first Ross here, and they have some pretty interesting stuff. Nothing that I really collect, like Funko Pops. They have a Mortal Kombat Kitana, which is really cool. They have the Shmigo that we've seen before. They have interesting stuff, like I said, not stuff that we collect. They're dropping some of these anime hero figures as well, $7.99, not a bad deal. And they even have some of these little Lego sets that we've been seeing, $12.99. I don't know, kind of pushing it. People come to Ross to find discounted deals. I don't think that there are that many here. They do have like Casey. Oh, Casey's all the way down to $7.99. He's a little bit small though, unless you collect loyal subjects. Otherwise, he's just going to be too small for your display. They got Ultimate Gohan here. I wonder if these are still going for the same price point. Yeah, $16.99. I don't know. They've never dropped those. Like ever. They're always going for the same price point. They got some Gargoyle figures here as well, $16.99. Not bad. I think I've seen them for a little bit less, but you know, it's much less than retail, I guess. And then everything else is just kind of stuff we've been seeing, mostly just for like kids. Ultimate Gohan here again for the Dragon Star universe. Oh, and we have been seeing a lot more model kits here, which is pretty cool. I mean, I used to be kind of really into model kits for a little bit. Oh, they got some of these Avatar little smaller collectibles, which are, I don't know if you're into that kind of stuff. They got a lot of the anime statues as well. A lot of vehicles. Oh, they got some of these bendy monster figures here on sale. $5.99. Some Minecraft live action figures as well. That Hush Superman, the Ross exclusive retro carded one. Still $12.99. Absolutely nobody wants this guy. We've seen him at like a couple of different Rosses. They do have Cassian, which is nice. $7.99 though. They're going back to that marked up price point. Any Black Series figures that people kind of might want in their display, they mark them up. So I'm not sure. They're supposed to be $5.99 if I'm not mistaken. They got the Kaioken 10 Goku, and then a bunch of these little Sonic figures back there. But yeah, not much aside from that. They got the Dracula. We've seen this a couple of times already. $16.99 still. I'm assuming they're eventually going to drop them. They have a bunch of these little Bandai statues as well. Naruto. Pretty cool. This section does have some more of the Avatar little collectibles, little dial sets, and then some of the Pokemon figures. But damn, there's essentially what we've been seeing everywhere. Very disappointing. More of those Avatar little collectibles down there. But yeah, I haven't seen anything worth like losing your mind over. They have some of these wrestling figures. Before, they usually used to have a pretty good stock of those, but now even those seem a little bit scarce, to be honest with you guys. They do have some of these Jurassic World dinosaur figures. Indoraptor, $14.99. That's probably the most exciting thing we've seen today. And then some little smaller Lego sets, $12.99 as well. Okay, we decided to stop by at Target to see if they had any killer Black Friday deals, and they do have some stuff like they're discounted. I don't know, $15, $10, depending on what you want. They do have some Animal Crossing goodness. That was discounted for about $15. This guy is discounted about $6. If you're a big Donkey Kong fan like myself, which is pretty cool. And they do have some Fortnite stuff here discounted by $10. They do have Dobby down here. This guy's discounted by almost 12. And then they do have the Potions class discounted by almost 11. So they have deals going on. I'll check the actual Lego section. This is kind of just a little mid shelf that they had, a little mid shelf display that they had, but still some pretty good deals happening right now. Yeah, so this may be like the most loaded Ross I've ever seen, but it's kind of stuff that we've been running into. They have like the Goku, they have the Ultimate Gohan here, $16.99. They have a little dial set for Mario, $17.99. Dusty Rhodes Funko Pop. They've been actually stocking up with brand new pops. Like they have Sergio Busquets over here from Miami, which is pretty cool. I think they've been having Messi everywhere as well. I guess nobody wants them in a Funko Pop form. But that's it. I mean, not a ton of like Marvel Legends. I haven't run into any DC Multiverse figures here so far. It's mostly like a bunch of Nerf guns and stuff like that. Some of these Pokemon battle packs and things like that nature. They have a Clown Hunter Funko Pop as well as a Bard. I don't think we've seen this Bard at any of the other Rosses. $7.99 is not bad. They have a little Parabones figure here, $7.99. These are getting marked up a little bit more. I think they were going for like $5.99 for the longest time. And then they have Ash for $16.99, which is not a bad deal. They actually are completely stocked up with Ash figures. I'm not sure if nobody wants that guy either. They have some of these Pokemon little battle packs as well, and some of the more generic like DC figures. This random figure set, I don't know anything about Pokemon, but I'm assuming not many people want them. $20 for this, not bad honestly. Does come with like a ton of different characters, some Sonic vehicles and stuff like that, but nothing too insane. There are some pretty decent finds. We found Nightwing from the 66 Batman series. There's some Black Series figures here. There's the Chainsaw Man for $12.99, which isn't a bad deal. A bunch of these Skeleton Crew figures going for like $5.99, I think. Yeah, that's usually what the Black Series figures go for. I've been seeing them kind of pop up depending on the character. Some wrestling figures. We got Skeletor there. I mean, there's a decent array of stuff, just not stuff that we're personally collecting. But yeah, this is probably the most stocked up I've seen them, and they have a bunch of like statues too, like anime statues. The Chainsaw Man's probably the one that appeals to me the most, just because I've been seeing him around and I've heard like great things about it. But yeah, in terms of figures, that's about it. I don't know, kind of disappointing. I've been seeing a lot of those like retro carded Super 7 figures too, but that's about it. Minecraft figures here and there. Packaging is all beat up on it, but I mean, there's stuff here and there sometimes. There's another one of these Chainsaw Man characters from the Total Anime line for $12.99. We've been seeing them pretty consistently. There's a blue Yoshi, which is again kind of marked up, $7.99. I guess it's going to be the new price point for the Jax figures. There's a Dracula in there, which we've already seen a few times. A Gremlin vinyl figure, $4.99, not bad. Actually found these little weird eraser snow globes that are really cool for $1. And unfortunately, we can't seem to find the SpongeBob. We already picked up the Mini Pan Squidward, and then we have Buddy from Elf. But we can't seem to find... Oh, and we found Patrick as well, but SpongeBob is sold out everywhere. I don't know if that's a thing, if it's going to pick up or what, but, like, I don't know what's going on. It's selling out everywhere. We've been to, like, 3 Targets, and we can't seem to find SpongeBob, so if you guys find him here locally, let me know. We're desperate for that SpongeBob. Okay, so here's a Patrick. This is what he looks like. Super detailed, super amazing looking. But like I said, we can't seem to find the SpongeBob. I'm not sure if like people are going crazy over these, but if you guys find them, dude, pick them up. $1 a pop, not bad, honestly. The Target has a decent array of collectibles, but nothing too crazy. I do love these like little Super 7 reaction figures. I love the retro packaging on them as well. But they're usually like really expensive. They have the new Son Goku here, which we've already seen a bazillion times. And then Luffy, I think this is the version we've already seen though a handful of times. A bunch of Biddy Bobs, a bunch of those little mystery minis. And then they do have this Dark Star figure. I know this is technically a Platinum edition, but is this like the Chase variant of it? I'm not sure. I know it's like technically an army builder, but I have like no interest in those figures right now. The McFarlane universe is kind of slowly dying off for me. There's nothing really that intriguing. They have a Ra's al Ghul. Oh, okay, this is really cool. They have like a little plush Super Mario enemy set, which is really nice. I don't really collect plush collectibles, but that's pretty cool. They got the 01 Godzilla Super 7 little vinyl figure. And I think that's it. Everything else we've seen before. They have like little model kits too, which are pretty cool. They have like the Simpsons Moe's telephone here. And then they have all of the, I think we've already seen these, but they have all of the Fallout live action show figures here, which are pretty cool. Ra's al Ghul down there, Killer Croc. We've been seeing Killer Croc here for some time. I'm assuming eventually they have to clearance him out, because I don't know, he's been around for a long time, unless McFarlane is just continuously restocking them, which definitely is a very good possibility. But yeah, there's another Raj right there, so it's kind of the same old stuff. I actually found one of the new McFarlane 1/10th scale statues here. This is the Thing. I actually really like this. A ton of sculpted detail. There's like a little bit of shading. You can definitely feel like there's a wash on top. It just kind of brings out all the little details. I really like it. $30 a pop, and then they still do have the rocket on top of Groot. And then Black Panther back there. The Marvel toys are buy one, get one 50% off, by the way. They do have a ton of these X-Men 87. Well, they did have a ton. They're only down to 2 now. It's Jubilee and Sunspot. So again, buy one, get one 50% off, not bad. They have the Cap up there that nobody wants. They still have Galactus here. They have some of the smaller sets too for Fantastic Four. The He-Man universe, G.I. Joes. I don't think I'd seen this guy before. A police officer of some kind. And then they do have a lot of the DC Multiverse stuff here. They have the robots, Sandman, Metamorpho up there. But they still haven't restocked the deluxe Superman. I don't think they're actually restocking that guy. So I think all our hopes are shot in the wind. And then they still actually do have the Darkseid triple pack, which is right there. And then they do have the Wonder Woman with Godzilla 2-pack, which I've said is a really good looking Wonder Woman, but 80 bucks, I don't know, kind of a hefty price point when I don't really care about Godzilla at all. And then they do have some of their G.I. Joe Deluxe sets and the 2-packs, one with the Scorpion, and then these 2 random scuba divers. I actually do have a ton of Black Friday deals, like the Simpsons family set is all the way down to 12 bucks, which I think is the cheapest that I've ever seen it at. They still have a bunch of those plush toys here, Itchy and Scratchy back there. They even have some of the Black Series figures here on sale. I guess this is a wrestling figure, but yeah, I've seen like Krennic for as low as like $12, I think, earlier. And then they did have this set discounted all the way down to 50 bucks, which is an absolutely killer deal if you guys are interested in wrestling figures. But yeah, they also have this random dude, I don't know. He's wearing a spiffy little jacket, which is pretty cool, $14. We found another one of these Sparky Collection little dioramas or displays or shelves, whatever you want to call them. The posing is still absolutely horrendous, as you guys can see, but they do have some of the new stuff. They have a bunch of these Mysterios, which I'm very tempted to pick up. They have Ghost Spider. For some reason, it's 25 year. I think I've seen them for like 30 bucks at other Walmart, so I'm not sure exactly what's happening there. They have Cyborg Spider-Man, who I think is just a restock. We've already seen them before. They have a bunch of Punishers. They do have the War Machine and the Omega Red down there as well. And yeah, they have a ton of brand new ones. They have the Far From Home Spider-Man. They have Daredevil here from the live action Disney Plus. And I was kind of hoping that the eyebrows were only like a QC problem for certain people, but that appears to be the look for like all Punisher figures. But yeah, they got the Ultimate Iron Man down here as well. They have the Hellfire Gala Spider-Man here as well, which is really cool. I actually really like the paint job on this guy. I have no connection to the character per se, but damn, look at the paint job on the fingertips for this figure. There's like some shading going on. There's some web lining. I really like this figure. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, but they're fully stocked on all of the new stuff. They have a bunch of G.I. Joes. These are brand new, I'm assuming. This guy looks pretty cool. I'm assuming he's an army builder of some kind that I don't know about. But yeah, the heavy hitters keep coming. They have some 2-packs down there. And then they do have some of the Star Wars stuff. They even have some of the Halloween edition troopers. They have a bunch of these clone troopers, 501st clone troopers. Some of the new Imperial Stormtroopers here. The Mandalorian Super Commando. They even have some of the holiday Black Series figures here as well. And then on the other side, I think I saw, yeah, they have some wrestling figures here as well, but they have the triple pack. I think we've already seen these a couple of times, but it's like the Masters of Evil triple pack. It comes with Thrawn, Vader, and Grievous, which is pretty cool. They have some Masters of the Universe, some Hot Wheels, and that's about it. But yeah, every time I feel like they are going to go away from this display, they kind of like remix it and they bring back other stuff, which is really cool. They'll kind of restock it. They have Barbies on this section if you're into that kind of stuff. But yeah, absolutely loaded. I love this little display that they're coming together with. I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to put up here next. But yeah, $27.99 appears to be the new price point for Marvel Legends figures. If you guys are wondering, they got a lot of these deluxe 2-packs, a Scorpion 2-pack here as well. And then they do have a bunch of these Electros, but these are going on sale everywhere, so I'm not sure who would still be picking this up at full retail $35, when in reality you could pick them up for much, much less. We're here at the electronics section, and they do have a lot of the new Batman figures. They have Azrael here, which I think has been out for a while, but I've never seen it in person. They have the Earth 2 Batman, which we've seen a couple of times already, the Incorporated. They do have a lot of new Funko Pops here as well, like Asaj, I don't think I've ever seen her. Ghost Rider, I've never seen him before. What else? They have Jigsaw. I think we've seen him before though a couple of times. Oh, they have Jesse. I don't think we'd ever seen Jesse before. And this is the unmasked, the unhelmeted version. I'm not sure if there's a helmeted version. There's Harry Potter, Hermione, the Mech Iron Man. They're completely loaded with pops that I'd never seen before. What is this from? I don't remember the storyline. Is this from after? I thought maybe it was after the death of Superman, but they have like the Blackest Night, they have Golden Age Superman. They just have, they're loaded when it comes down to, oh, they have the Ego with the toaster, which is really cool. So it's like all the new Zootopia ones, Scarecrow from Wicked. And then they do have the new Mirror Master, as well as the Penguin from Batman Returns, which is insane. Captain Cold back there with all the extra accessories and stuff. Yeah, this is a figure that I've kind of wanted in my display for some time, because I do have Flash, so it just makes perfect sense. They have a Guy Gardner back there.
He loves me.
Guy Gardner Lantern. Here's another guy that's kind of on my wish list. I haven't picked him up yet, but definitely another guy that I need. Ninja Spawn, bunch of Spawn figures back there. And then they do have a lot of the Page Puncher TMNT figures from McFarlane. I've already said they're absolute fire if you guys are interested. And then they do have a lot of the anime stuff here as well. They're loaded here. I mean, if you guys are in the West Side. Oh, they have, I've never seen this guy before. Is this new? Baby? Okay. I don't think I've ever seen him before in action figure form, which is pretty insane. But yeah, they're completely loaded. A lot of new restocks happening right now. We do have some clearance figures here. Casey for 22, Ultraman for 25, and then they did have, I actually found another one, but they do have Mr. Sinister 35 here, but I saw one for 20 earlier. And then random Funko Pops for like $5-6. So they do have a ton of like really good deals happening right now. Everywhere, like across the board. We made it to a Walmart here on the west side of Phoenix. We don't come here often, but they're pretty stocked up on Jada Toys here. They got Ken, they have Dalsim and M. Bison. We haven't seen any of the other newer ones, but yeah, these things look so good. I love the retro packaging. I'm a huge Jada Toys fan. I haven't had that much of an opportunity to pick up a lot of their figures, but these look amazing. M. Bison is probably the best looking one, in my opinion. I love how big and bulky he is. Does he have a wired cape? I think all of them come with wired capes. So yeah, great alternate head sculpt, by the way. So yeah, they're really stocked up here, surprisingly. The West Side usually doesn't have a ton of inventory. They're usually like pretty scarce. They do have like G.I. Joe figures here. A bunch of these rando guys, I have no idea. They got a lot of the Masters of the Universe figures here. Wrestling figures. And in terms of like the Hasbro stuff, they do have some of the new Transformers retro carded series, Power Rangers. Oh, and they do have the new retro carded line. I actually walked by this earlier and I completely whiffed on it, but they do have the new Daredevil, which looks amazing. I think this is the first time that we've seen him in that outfit. We have Beast from Astonishing X-Men. We have Pharaoh. Oh, she looks so good. We have Black Widow, who is probably the one that I'm probably the most excited about. This guy is super heavy and hunky. He looks absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, Pharaoh. And then honestly, the one that I personally was the most excited about was definitely this Black Widow. She looks amazing. A ton of extras everywhere. The beautiful new head sculpt, and then the new articulation scheme for this figure. I think the only one they don't have here is Silver Surfer, but there you have Rachel Summers as well. And then a bunch of those hugely MCU figures as well. So I apologize for the heavy noise, by the way. They just decided to pump up the noise all the way to 10. But yeah, they have Darth Vader here. You already have that guy. Pretty cool. But yeah, the new Retro Predator Wave. This one is definitely tempting to me. These look absolutely amazing. We do have some of the Gamerverse Spider-Man figures. I almost forgot to showcase this. He was kind of like hiding back here. But still pretty cool. I think these are eventually going to hit clearance. But they do have like the new double ab articulation, which is really nice. Decent butterfly joints. But yeah, this is the kind of the newer. And I almost forgot to say the Astonishing X-Men does have the new double ab articulation for the thicker figures, which is really nice. Really good looking head sculpts. I really like this figure. A bunch of the live action movie stuff here. And they actually have the, what is this, the Dark Samus, which is really cool. I don't think I have her. I have the regular Samus. They have Daisy here. They have Toadette, Link. But yeah, I think I have the regular Samus, which my kids decided to completely wreck the packaging for that one. They have the Simpsons figures here, but I think it's basically the same ones we've been seeing. Bart with the Krusty hat, and then a bunch of like the little mini, what do they call it, the Bitty Bops. I'm very tempted by the Quickie Mart with Bart, and this one looks really good. The arcade. You can actually pose them inside of the arcade, which is really nice. We head up the electronics section, and they do have this guy. I don't even know what the red platinum version means, but he's the pink one, I guess. You can, get the entire, what is it, the entire little rainbow section, or the entire little rainbow cover going. But yeah, I think they have pink. They have a lot of the other stuff that we've been seeing, like Azrael, we've seen before. They have the TMNT Page Punchers, I've already said. Great figures. I know a lot of people bash them. I don't see necessarily the problem with them compared to Mecha. I think they're kind of like on par with each other. They have, what is this? Includes a comic book, okay. I think we've seen this one before, the Deviant. And then they do have the, I'm going to step away from this guy because this guy's always tempting me. This is the 77 Spawn figure. I think that one also includes a comic, maybe? Yeah, it does. They do have the new statues. They have the Berserker figure down here. The Keanu Reeves. I think this was on sale during Black Friday, if you guys are interested. It has like the swappable lens and everything. It has a Punisher, an Iron Man. And then they do have a lot of the Funko Pops here. They have Storm, Hopper. They have a lot of the Sesame Street ones. They have a decent array of new Funko Pops. I mean, nothing like groundbreaking, but they're decent. We haven't seen them before. Holly, Robin King, the fourth sister there, Gale. They do have, I've been noticing a lot of new Dragon Star figures that I hadn't seen before, which is pretty cool. Most of these are like the more deluxe ones with the extra accessories. But I did see, was it Baby earlier today. They have Goku. And then they have a lot of these SH Figuarts figures. They have Trunks, Super Trunks. And then they have this Luffy, which is pretty cool. I think we've seen it a couple of times, but I think it's like the newer version that they have. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is from the Ultraman series. Oh, this looks really good. The Burning Godzilla as well from Bandai. I wonder how much this is going for. Okay, 27 bucks, not bad. It's hard to find like affordable Godzilla figures. These are really good. I like them. It's got like the extra little shading. I think it's the same one. Probably just like a slightly different effect piece or a different head sculpt maybe. The tail's probably the same, but still. I don't know, I really like them. There's a ton of new stuff here that's hitting Walmart, and I'm actually glad that I hit up this Walmart because I hadn't seen a lot of this stuff before. Oh, they have more Dragon Stars down here. They have a Super Saiyan Blue Goku. They have Vegito down here. A lot of good ones. I mean, I don't know. I can't really tell which ones are newer, which ones are not, because I don't keep up too much with them. Oh, they got the Lothcat down here. Thrawn, Kevin, Rapunzel. A lot of really good stuff here. Alright, let's head out of this area because I'm about to get copyrighted. I've been getting really bad luck with the whole copyrighted stuff. We have to like edit the audio and stuff. Oh, they have Yelena from Thunderbolts, which is pretty cool. Alright, let's head out of here. Let's see if there's anything else here, and then if not, we'll hit up a Ross or something, or Target maybe. Okay, so we stopped at the clearance section at my local Walmart, and they have some like absolutely killer deals. I'm so tempted by this Animal Crossing set. Regular price is about $38, and then they do have some Fortnite Lego sets for $50. They do have this Groot for, what is this? Or sorry, Rocket for $60. It's only about $10 off, and then they do have Dracula for $30. I don't know about that. I mean, it's a pretty sweet deal, I guess, because it is a brand new figure, but it's only like $5 discounted. They do have a few other deals here and there. They have like this Funko Pop set, $5 off, which is pretty good. They have some of these Masher figures, which my kids have picked up a couple of times. They have this giant R2-D2, which is on sale, marked down all the way from $55 all the way down to $22. So yeah, you guys have to check out your clearance sections. Clearly they have deals going on. I'm almost tempted to scan some of this stuff because sometimes it's not accurate price points. Like sometimes it'll have a clearance tag, but it'll actually be under what the tag says. So, but they definitely have some killer deals here. Okay, we came to check the electronics section, and they do have the new Human Torch, a bunch of rando stuff, but we did run across the Batman Returns action figures. It's the deluxe theatrical edition Batman, and then Max Shrek, which looks phenomenal. I didn't jump in on any of the live action stuff thus far, and I don't know, I'm so tempted by this beautiful looking figure. I'll be honest with you guys. Definitely looks very much like his live action representation. It's got a wired soft cape. I'm gonna have to think about it. I'm not sure. They do have a lot of Fallout, Jimmy Jr. Oh, they have Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, probably one of my favorite animated films of all time. Joey from Friends. They're definitely stocked up. They have some of the new what is this? Five Nights at Freddy, the sequel. They have Phineas and Ferb here, Zootopia. Yo, they have some pretty good stuff here. I'm not gonna lie. Bunch of random Funko Pops, a bunch of the Dragon Star figures. Oh, they got Zorro here. I don't think I'd ever seen this guy. This is pretty cool. $37.99. What a killer deal! That you can essentially build a one-piece display from the SH Figuarts line for a very reasonable price. Damn, this definitely gets my juices flowing anytime you find good figures like that. A lot of Super 7 figures here. I love these little Super 7 reaction figures, but they're just, I just can't justify the price point. But still, good stuff. More Funko Pops in this area, more of the Five Nights at Freddy's, Ironheart there, Dark Mark from the Harry Potter universe. And then they do have some of the DC Multiverse figures. These we've already seen at a number of different spots. World of Warcraft, Captain America, nobody wants. I wonder when they're going to clearance that guy out. But yeah, these figures. Oh, I guess Riddler. I think this is the first time that I've seen this Riddler, right? I might have seen him before. I'm not sure. What is this, from the Hush universe? Yeah. All right. Let's go check the Marvel Legends section. But clearly they're stocking up, and it's nice to see new McFarlane stuff because it's kind of been rare recently to find that many McFarlane DC Multiverse figures, but he is definitely going out with a bang here. Great collectibles, great figures overall. They have a ton of new Black Series figures here. They have the Sand Trooper. I'm not sure, is this a reissue or is this a brand new version of it? But it has like a really good wash on it. I really like that figure. They have the Night Trooper, and they have Ezra Bridger here. Yeah, they're pretty stocked up. This is the new Armored Commando, which we're starting to see on sale here and there. Avatar, and then I just love the new Marvel Legends figures here. This is the Blackwood on September. This is actually the one that I really want from the wave. Probably the only one that I really want. They got this guy, nobody wants him. Power Ranger figures everywhere. They got blockies here. $5 each, not bad. They even have mashers for Transformer figures now. This is really cool. If they ever clearance this out, I might be interested in it. Unless my kids make me buy it full price. But Megatron, I really like that. You can mix and match the weapons too, which is pretty insane. You have The Rock. It's got a microphone and everything, looking all douchey. Got some wrestling figures here. Yo, they're loaded at this Walmart. This is my local Walmart. They rarely have anything good here. They have Woody, they have Jesse. They have a bunch of these Bitty Bop figures everywhere. We've already been covering those pretty consistently. And then in terms of Jack Simpson's figures, I think it's mostly the same stuff that we've been seeing everywhere. Marge. Let's see if they have anything new for Jack. Oh, is this a new line? This might actually be a new line from Jack's for the Sonic universe. I'm hoping it's not just like retooling and reusing. Hopefully it's like a brand new line. It's like a 35th anniversary line. Yo, this is actually really cool. They got Metal Sonic. They got whatever this guy's name is. These are brand new. I don't think they've ever done these figures. And then they do have like this, what is Metal Virus Sonic. These are all new. I've never seen them before. All right, that's pretty cool. They got live action Minecraft stuff there. They got a bunch of the plushies. Yo, I am pleasantly surprised at how much new stuff they have here. If it looks like I just took a gigantic epic nap, that's because I just did. But I like finishing off the videos by just telling you guys exactly what to expect and, you know, how this week played out in terms of action figure hunting and things of that nature. So it was a very eventful week. Obviously, we had Black Friday, we had Cyber Monday. I did do a little bit of shopping. I went out, and as you guys can see, I did find a ton of pretty epic stuff. However, I didn't pick up a lot of stuff. I did actually have a toy show this Saturday, December 6th, and it was pretty intriguing because I got out of work really late. We have a ton of work, we're swamped, and so I wasn't able to get out early. I didn't make it to the toy show about until like maybe 2:30ish, 2:35, 2:40. By the time I got there, they were gonna end the event at 3 o'clock. So everybody was just ready to go home. Most of the tables were already like folded up and ready to go. And so unfortunately, there were very few vendors that were willing to sell me stuff. So I kind of did a little walkthrough. I like doing one walkthrough, and then the second one is where I actually pick stuff up. And even though I did pick up a few things, it wasn't as much as I wanted to, and I felt very pressured. And I didn't get any footage. I'm usually, you know, if I'm at a toy show, I'll do a little bit of a video for you guys, but unfortunately, because it was just so late and, you know, the tables were essentially cleared. When I arrived there, maybe half of the tables were cleaned off. And then by the time I did my second walkthrough, it was maybe like 20% of the tables were still up. So it was, I don't know, it's kind of sad, disappointing, just what happens. We've just been swamped with work. You know, the holidays are kicking in, and so I just had to, you know, kick in a little bit more. So I did pick up a few things. I picked up a couple of Funko Pops, which I don't know where they are. They're somewhere in the mess. But my son was able to pick up one of these Spartan figures. What is this, from Jazzwares, if I'm not mistaken? Great figures, amazing articulation. I know they probably stopped making them because they just didn't sell well, but they're like really dynamic action figures. A ton of sculpt work. They come with a decent array of accessories, and I think they were retailing back in the day for like $22, $25. Definitely worth it if you guys have a few, or if you guys have an opportunity to go out looking for some. We do have a few of them. We actually have, I think, like both versions of Master Chief. There might be more versions of him, but we do have the Master Chief here as well. So they're just good, solid action figures. They're armored, and so the articulation is a little bit wonky, but we did pick up the Red Spartan, which I'm very happy with. And I paid only, I think it was like 20 bucks. Like I said, we picked up a couple of Funko Pops. I'm not going to showcase those because people just lose their minds when they showcase them. It's actually not for me. It was 100% for my wife. She is collecting a lot of Up merchandising, and we found a couple of Up Pops. And then lastly, I did pick up something that was pretty epic, and I did want to showcase to you guys. I have no idea what type of material this is made out of. The previous one that I picked up was actually made out of like styrofoam. This one I picked up, and I have no idea what it's made out of. Okay, bear with me. But I did end up picking up a little dial set. This thing is insanely heavy. It appears very durable. Like I said, I'm not sure where this is from. It might be from something that was previously released. Maybe it's not like a custom dio set, or maybe it is. I have no idea. This thing is hefty, it's heavy, and it has a ton of sculpted detail. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with this thing. I'm just so excited. I'm so ready to, you know, post some action figures in front of it, and it gets a little some action sequences. So this is my second dio set. As you guys can see, I don't know what kind of material this is made out of, but it's just it appears very durable, and it's actually it appears to be pretty high up. So you can actually, you know, display your figures on there, no problem. At least a couple of figures minimum. I think the stickers are just kind of glued on. I think eventually they're gonna fall off. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to go back in there and glue them, or just buy like a new set of stickers for the diorama set. And then eventually I do plan on maybe adding a little bit more, like some light up features or something along those lines. I have seen some customizers selling like little light up pieces that you can port onto your Dio sets and things of that nature. So eventually we'll get to that. But yeah, like I said, I'm so happy, I'm so excited. My next review or unboxing will probably use it, see what it looks like, see if it was worth the money. It definitely wasn't a cheap piece, but it also wasn't like super expensive, so I was very happy with the seller. He already had it in his bin ready to go, so I'm just happy that he was able to, you know, unbox it for me and sell it to me. So I was very close to picking up another one that he had there that was kind of like a little dial set with some steps on it and a railing, but that one was a two-piecer and that one was a little bit more expensive. He was actually willing to give me a really good deal for both combined, so I was just very tempted to pick them up. But unfortunately, you know, it was the last part of the day and I was just ready to go home. He had actually looked through it for the bin. So overall, it was a very eventful, like I said, week. Unfortunately, I haven't been finding that much stuff on my hunts, which is a little bit disappointing, but you know, it is what it is. It was very fun to go out there. The new collection display that they had at like Walmart, it's like the big giant rack, the Sparky collection display is back and it's kicking. Like, I think what they're doing is I think they're going to keep it and keep restocking like really exclusive, cool new collectibles. The new one that we saw this week had included like Mysterio and then that new Gala Spider-Man. So they're definitely like keeping it around. They're doing new G.I. Joes on there, new Marvel Legends. They're doing a phenomenal job of just like keeping the community intrigued and stuff like that. So it's really cool. I personally like it. I'm hoping that they keep it around. So we'll see how things play out in the foreseeable future, but it appears that it's here to stay. In terms of anything else, we do have a few unboxings that I want to get done this week. You know, people appear to really want more reviews, so you know, I do have a few things that I could review. In terms of new figures, I don't think I was able to pre-order the Lizard deluxe re-release, and I was able to pre-order the new Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, which is essentially just a repaint, less accessories, you know, without a head sculpt. Kind of disappointing, but I'm very excited because I do only have the original retro carded pack and not the original triple pack. So I'm looking very much forward to receiving that figure, although that's kind of like a couple of months in the future. In terms of what's upcoming for this week, we do have a couple of like rant videos that I'm working on. I know some people don't like my rant videos, but sometimes it needs to be said. It needs to be done. I also have a new video for our new channel. If you guys, or our little revamp channel, if you guys haven't been keeping up with the channel, we do have a secondary one where I'm uploading a lot of like comic book based content. So the next one is going to be the top 10 animated shows of all time. So if you guys want to, you know, keep track of that. I'm very proud of our previous video, which was the top 10 animated DC movies of all time. It took forever to put together. They're definitely way more extensive and way more elaborate than these videos. So if you guys can definitely check them out, I would definitely appreciate it. So if you guys enjoy this type of action figure hunt videos, you know, stick around. We do it pretty consistently, or let me know down below. I think I'm doing like one a week at this point. But if you guys want to see them more consistently, I can definitely do so. The main reason why I stay away from them is originally when I started the channel and I did a lot of action figure hunts, they just didn't do very well. We wouldn't get a lot of viewership, and that's kind of do a lot of action figure hunts, but I went away from them just because, you know, lack of viewership or lack of attention or whatever the case may be. But I actually do enjoy them. It's kind of a little bit weird sometimes recording when there's like a ton of people around you and you're just kind of doing this, you know, in public and talking to your phone, but it's still, you know, it's a ton of fun finding new collectibles and just kind of giving you guys a heads up on, you know, what's upcoming and what you should be finding at your local Targets and Walmarts and Rosses. So, you know, if you guys enjoy that type of content, let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It means a lot that you guys continuously watch our random nonsense, and I I want to apologize if there's a little bit of background noise today. My kids are like 110%. If you guys have children, you guys know exactly how that plays out. So, but stay safe out there. Enjoy your hobby. Pose your action figures. Play around with them. As you guys saw, we've been definitely doing a lot of that. Posing figures, playing around with them. You know, it's always a lot of fun. It's like kind of decompresses you a little bit. So, yeah, we have a lot of fun stuff upcoming for the week. Stay tuned. I have a lot of really good things planned for you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy it just as much as I do. On a side note, I do plan on upgrading some things here in the next couple of months. I do plan on kind of rearranging the setup and having a better review station, and I do plan on buying a microphone. I don't have a microphone, it's just whatever's built into my phone, which is a little bit disappointing, and I know the audio isn't great, but in the future I do plan on having a little microphone where you guys can, you know, have better, I can have a better experience for my content, for the people that, you know, like my content. So as always, stay safe out there, enjoy the hobby, pose your action figures, play around with them. Stay tuned, we have a ton of good content coming at you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.